Hi, this is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast with First Shall Be Last and the Last Shall Be First. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Thank you for arriving and thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thank you again for being here with us and listening. And I hope you continue to get tips, ideas, and value from this show. My name is Dave, like I said earlier, and today I just want to give a quick talk about anxiety. Um, I think all of us feel anxiety from time to time, and in our life, and I for one, know what anxiety can do. I've had a hard time in the past with anxiety, where anxiety put me in a hospital. So it can almost feel like a heart attack, and anxiety can lead to other issues, health issues that we have to deal with. So how do we get anxiety? What happens? I mean, for us to even have the anxiety, and in my personal opinion, I think it's where things build up and you start getting anxious, you start having anxiety about whatever it is that you might be thinking of, and you might be dwelling on that, whatever it is that you're thinking of, quite often. And if you're constantly dwelling on that specific one thing, or thinking about bad outcomes, worrying and building up toward that anxiety, it builds. And for me, it was a lot of anxiety dealing with things in my life, and my wife being sick and her passing, and now dealing with trying to figure out, where do I go from here? What do I do? And that has, never thought about it, but it has anxiety all by itself. Um, I feel a loss in a void that's so deep within my soul that it's hard for me to sometimes breathe. So I'm on here and I'm talking about it because obviously you could tell it really bothers me, and losing my wife is fresh for me. My stepdaughter just happened to text me the other day saying, it's been 4 weeks, and to me it seems like it was just yesterday. I didn't even respond to that text because 4 weeks. Why would you even come to me and tell me something like that? But um, maybe it feels like I'm not moving forward. I'm not moving on. But to me, it's like it just happened yesterday. I don't know how to categorize that, or there's times when I could deal with it, and there's a moments where you just feel like everything has just stopped. Everything has halted in your life. And I understand grief, and I know there are several stages to grief. You have some grief that where you wish that it was you instead of them. You have grief that will also tell you, why me? Why am I the only one left? Well, most of my families, practically all of my family has passed, and yes, I went through that stage. I went through that stage, and now it's I'm at the stage where I went through quite a few stages within the 4 weeks that she has passed. But now I'm at the stage where, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? Because I centered my life around my sister and my wife. So what do I do? Of course, you say, well, you got to live on. That's what they would want you to do. And it's more easily said than done. Of course, I would move on, but during the time that I have to move on, I still have to go through all these stages and feel the pain and feel the void and feel the emptiness that I feel. And I don't care, no amount of talking to anyone can help or mitigate that feeling. So how do we deal with anxiety? Of course, you could talk it out, write it out, but you still have to ride the waves of those feelings and anxiety. And I could tell you right now, I am going through all the motions, and I know that being that I have a void and I have an emptiness, and the one thing that I find comfort in is knowing that she's in a better place, and I have to pray. I do a lot of praying and I do a lot of talking to God. And the funny thing is, these little shows that I do, these little podcasts, they also are like therapeutic for me, because it helps me to talk about something that's real, that's going on, that's fresh, that's happening right now in my own life, and I'm getting through it. It's not easy, but I'm every day I struggle to get out of the bed. Every day I struggle to put one foot in front of the other, and I know that I have to get out and I have to get outside the house, because every moment I seem like I stay in this house, I see her, I hear her, and all those feelings come crashing down simultaneously. But I let it happen. I don't run away from them no more. In the very beginning, I couldn't take it. But now I let it happen. And it seems like, when you cry a little, when you think about them, and when you think about all the good things in your life, it helps to go through it. It helps to even talk about it. But you just have to go through it. There's no amount of talking, or there's no amount of therapy that's going to mitigate how you feel. It's just going to help you make sense of how you feel and why you feel that way, and to let you also know that it's normal that you're feeling that way, and sometimes you might have that survivor's remorse. Why me? And then you go through the guilt, and then you go through the phase where you're missing them, and you're going to always miss them. And I realize that. It's been 3 years since my sister has passed, and I still miss her every single day. So when you talk about losing your child, no person should ever, have to lose their child. I never understood that when my wife lost her oldest daughter, and I couldn't feel how she felt, but I could see that she was hurt. And there was no amount of consoling that would ever mitigate that feeling that she had, that void that she had. And now I know, because my wife and my sister were everything to me. So that void, that emptiness that you feel when a loved one passes, is normal. But man, does it hurt. And sometimes you feel lost. Sometimes you feel like there's no purpose to anything that you do. And I feel that. I feel that no matter what I do, life is completely different. And when we lose a loved one, that means so much to us, we're never the same. We're never the same. But I think it also makes us a whole lot stronger, a little wiser. And it may sound crazy, but maybe we can help somebody else along the way. But like I said, no amount of talking, no amount of therapy can ever take away the pain, can ever take away the loneliness one feels, can ever take away or fill the void that one feels when a loved one has passed. I just want you to know that what we're feeling is normal. I recognize that. And I think it's also healthy to recognize all the stages of grief. And I don't know what you might be going through, but this is David. I thought I would share that with you. My name is Dave. You're listening to The Last Podcast. If you have something that you would like to share with me, feel free to do so at the Last Podcast at 443@gmail.com. I say The Last Podcast 443@gmail.com. and it's the weekend. Today is Saturday. I wasn't going to actually do a podcast, but I thought maybe I would share that with you guys. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate all my listeners, and may God bless you, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.